Is Halloween over yet? Whew! Thank God. I'm so happy it's over, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's really hard avoiding all those basic ass witches on Twitter. So of course, as many of you know, Fortuna is out, it's released, it's available to play on PC exclusively, unfortunately. Rest in peace us console players. So today I'm going to be talking about Garuda again. I know, I'm very excited about Garuda and I just want to talk about her, so I'm going to talk about her. And of course I will talk about Fortuna outside of Garuda after I'm done here. But before I go into that, I need to talk about how amazing I am, because I'm a YouTuber and us YouTubers need to keep our egos up. So I just wanted to announce that I am officially now a fortune teller. I can predict with 90% accuracy that you, yes, you watching this video right now, I'm talking to you directly, you will die in the next coming months from a monumental drug overdose. Have fun with that information. And the reason I say I'm a fortune teller is because I predicted in my last video that Fortuna would come out on November 7th. It came out on November 8th. That's why I say I can predict with 90% accuracy that you are going to die. Because it's not gonna be 100%. I don't get things right all the time, but I'm always right. What is this fucking joke? So the first thing I want to talk about is obviously the hemophiliac elephant in the room, Garuda's talons. And let me tell you, when I first saw this Twitter video from Play Warframe's official Twitter account, I don't even know what my reaction was. I was confused, I was excited, I was shocked, because this is something really new. Now I know Korra has her cat and all the other Warframes have their exalted weapons, but let me spell this out. Garuda has her own special exclusive melee weapon that only she has, and you can equip it automatically by just not having a melee weapon equipped, and you can mod it. What? This isn't like an ability, right? This has nothing to do with her kit. This is literally just a melee weapon that she has sole possession over. But especially this sets a very interesting precedent for Warframe. By doing this, they just gave themselves the option to do some incredibly special things for future Warframes down the line. I'm very excited to see where this is headed, because the future of Warframe looks really cool, and I'm down for it. I'm loving it. But killing me. But they also made some changes to her kit. Nothing super radical, except for her ultimate. Her ultimate was completely overhauled and changed like drastically. But the rest of her kit wasn't really changed too radically. It's like slight altercations and stuff like that. Her first ability, basically, Garuda lunges at an enemy, rips out 10% of their health, creates a shield and a blood orb, and then the shield, and then the 10% of that health goes to the blood orb, because the shield is duration based, so it's completely invulnerable. But the 10% of that health that you sucked out of that enemy goes to the blood orb as damage, and then the shield absorbs damage that enemies shoot at you or like hit you with, whatever, and transfers it to the orb, and then you can grab the orb, charge it, fill it with even more damage, and then shoot it out, and it does like an AoE explosive. And actually, if the enemy has 35% or less health remaining, it's an insta-kill. Like, period. Doesn't matter how high level the enemy is, doesn't matter how much health they have, doesn't matter how much armor they have, it's an insta-kill. Her second ability is more or less unchanged, but one very interesting thing is, there is one very interesting thing about this ability, is that it doesn't heal at a flat rate, nor does it heal at a flat percentage. It heals depending on how low your health is. Basically, the lower your health is, the faster it heals. Let's say your max health is like 850 and you have 849 health. It's gonna take like 5 seconds to get that 1 point of health. But if you're at 1 HP out of 850, it's gonna speed blitz through that shit. And then there's her third ability, which completely unchanged, takes away half your health to kickstart your passive as well as generate energy. And to my knowledge, no Warframe YouTuber has tested to see if it stacks on top of Rage. So you can expect me to test for that once I have Garuda. And then there's her fourth ability. Fourth ability is very interesting because basically you charge it up, and there's a reticle in front of you that gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you charge it up. But there's something very interesting about this ability because the blades themselves actually don't do all that much damage. Like the damage of this ability is actually really minuscule. But there's a mechanic to this ability that makes it so powerful. So basically, when a blade hits a target, there's a marker over their head, and it looks like Garuda's symbol. And for as long as that marker stays up above their head, they have a base 50% chance to get slash procced with every single tick of damage that they experience from any source. Even if the source doesn't actually have any slash damage whatsoever, even if the source is a Warframe ability, you have a 50% chance to proc slash. So imagine a whole room of enemies marked by Garuda's ultimate, and then an Ember using World on Fire comes through and ticks them with damage like da-da-da-da-da. Every single one of those ticks of damage has a 50% chance of proccing them with slash. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? This is mental. And if the source of damage has slash to it, like, you literally have the possibility of proccing two stacks of bleed damage in one hit. Yeah. I already know what your reaction is. Your reaction is, holy shit, this is insanity. And I would say, yes, I agree with you. This is fucking crazy. This is mental. This is, what the fuck? This ability is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. So, her abilities actually underwent a lot of appearance changes, a lot of cosmetic changes. So let's just take a look at them. It's nothing exciting or interesting. It's actually probably going to be quite boring, but we should probably talk about. Holy shit, do you see how beautiful that shield is? It's fucking majestic. Look at that delicious blood orb. 10%? 10% of his cucking health? That doesn't look like 10%. That looks like you just ripped his beating heart out of his cunting chest. Do you see that? Do you see that? Look at those sexy, shiny talons impaled into him. That boy's got more holes than a university orgy. Yeah, nothing too interesting, honestly. Nothing too extraordinary, but, you know, I think it's important to talk about stuff like that. So what kind of changes would I make, personally, to Garuda's kit? Not much, actually. I would kind of decrease the instant kill threshold for her first ability, not by too much, down to like maybe 30%. And then I would love to change her ultimate. Again, not too much. Not too much. I think the ultimate's great. But I would love to increase the damage a little bit. Because the damage at the moment is just pathetic. It's minuscule. It's some like tiny dick shit. You know what I mean? I would increase the damage to maybe like 300. So it would still do a relatively small amount of damage compared to other abilities, but it would do a relatively decent amount of damage while also having that mechanic to just fucking kill everything in sight. We're not done. Not done here. I did promise that I was going to be addressing some Fortuna stuff other than Garuda. Now I could talk about kick guns, I could talk about the Moa pets, I could talk about the vent kids, I could talk about the Orb Valis and the enemies and the K drive. I especially could talk about the K drive. I mean, DE's talked about the K drive for a combined 30 hours or so by the time Fortuna actually came out. So, you know, I could definitely talk about the K drive for a good few minutes. But no. I'm not going to. I'm going to talk about the most important thing. No, not the most important. The only important thing. The only thing you need to know about Fortuna. See these things here? See these? These are my cute little plushies, Eevee and Lucario. I always like a good cute plushie. You know, these things are adorable. But come on guys, it's 2018. Who needs these bitching things? When you can get a digital plushie in a fictional video game, am I right? And that's where floofs come in. That's right, I'm talking about floofs, your favorite part of Fortuna. Am I right? I already know I'm right. Come on, if floofs aren't your favorite part of Fortuna, what even are you? What are you, fucking gay? I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And I will hopefully see you all in the next video. And I do mean all of you. Every single one of you watching right now, you better click on my next video, I swear to fucking. And until next time, everyone, this is Niall, signing out.